this letter, or this assignment. When George Floyd was real young, his teacher, second grade teacher, told him to write about what he wants to be when he grows up, and so he wrote, Perry. I guess they call him Perry Floyd. So old George Perry Floyd, future famous Americans. He wrote, when I grow up, this is him at 7 years of age, when I grow up, I want to be a Supreme Court judge. When people say, Your Honor, he did rob the bank, I will say, be seated. And then if he did, I only see the front part of it. That's all I could read. But when George Floyd was 7 years old, he wanted to be a Supreme Court justice. He is affable. He is kind. The only thing is he was just a really big dude. Scared the shit out of Derek Chauvin. So this is, I want to do an update. That shooting in Columbus, what had started that argument, it seems that it was over cleaning house. The two 911 calls, they do not sound like either one of those was Makhia, Bryant. So I can relate to this and I can understand this, but I want to make a point about hierarchy. So, okay, the mother is gone, right? Laura, Bryant, or whatever, leaves the daughters in the house, and the oldest daughter says, you all got to clean the house, you got to make your bed. And then one of them is sitting there saying, well, you're not my guardian. So one is saying, do what, Mom wants us to do. And then the other one is saying, I'm not going to listen to you because, you know what, I'm my own person. What the hell, this is some bullshit. So this is a lot of the times the state will mimic the household or the school. So you have the dictator, the teacher, dictator in the front of the classroom. You have, the parents, and they're allowed to use whatever means, at their disposal. You're not allowed to abuse, but too many times households in the states or households in schools mimic the hierarchy of the state. And so who's in charge when it comes to a school system? Is it the children? Do we actually believe in democracy? Are we going to empower each other? Or are we just going to give all the power to the teacher? All the money, all the power to the teacher, and then wonder why the children are acting a fool. We all need power. We need power not to tell others what to do, but you need power just to be able to fight the elements, to go get something to eat. Money is power. So we all need power. We all need power in some respects. But the state don't want you to have power. The teacher doesn't want you to have power. The parents don't want you to have power. So I bet you in Makhia Bryant's mind, she was probably doing what her mama wanted her to do, right? Her mama got crazy and violent whenever she told them to do it, and then here, she was trying to tell them what to do, and they weren't doing it, so she got violent and crazy too. Unfortunately, since she didn't have the jurisdiction, or people don't acknowledge that that's accepted, none of it's so what this makes me think out is like just some goon carrying out a dictator's orders. So she says that they fought before, but it never escalated that quick. Shit can escalate in a fucking moment. That's why you gotta nip this shit in the bud. You can't just be entertained by the fight. So when it comes to a violent hierarchy, right, the cops, the only good thing we could say is that they preserve order. So violent hierarchy, I think that's good for emergencies. It's not good, it's very counterproductive for the day-to-day. Violent hierarchy, nonstop, and then once the violent hierarchy goes away, then the shift leader that's in charge, they don't have the authority, but they do, and so, the boss is going to come back to you, and so it's just bullshit. It basically just feels like the slaves are fighting amongst each other. Hey, slaves, let's all unite and overthrow the oppressors. If the slaves unite and we overthrow the oppressors, then we're all free. So we got to clean the house. Mom wants the house to be cleaned. You got to make your bed. You got to make your bed. Oh, my God. Terrible, violent. This is going to come in, and they're going to look at it, and they're going to say, how come you didn't tell the younger ones? You're the oldest. You're the one that's responsible. You're the one that has to do. Some people hate civilians who drive cop cars. Some people hate civilians who drive cop cars. If you don't like the cops, that's, awesome. Because then you're consistent. It's not awesome that, whatever. I'm just saying that you're consistent. You're being consistent. You see a regular civilian, cops were regular civilians at one time too, but you see a regular civilian driving a cop-like car, and you don't like to be intimidated. You don't like to be scared. And then you get afraid, you get scared, and then you say, well, shit, that wasn't a cop at all. That was just a regular person. And you're like, well, fuck that guy. Well, why are you saying fuck that guy? Because you don't like the police. You don't like how the cops don't make you feel safe. They make you feel afraid. No, you're not going to be safe in this country. Shut the fuck up. And you know what? Sometimes that could be a good thing if it's, like, done right, but criminals want you to be afraid too, right? Nah, we want to steal your shit, so you got to be afraid. Criminals don't give a fuck about you at all. Fear is a better controlling device than love. So when cops see, or when people see a regular civilian driving a cop car, we all need power. We all should be driving cop cars. We all should have the same authority that the cops have. Why do we have some that have all the authority and nobody that has, and then some people that have none? So you're being a hypocritical piece of shit. You want to hate a civilian for driving a cop-like car, and then when a cop is driving a cop car, then you say, well, I respect that. Yes, sir, officer, whatever you say, officer. Well, that's the reason why the civilian's driving a cop car, because you respect the cop. You respect that violence, right? You respect it to a whole nother level. So I think it's just weird that a regular person's driving a cop-like car. Good. Maybe they'll actually become a cop, and then they'll actually protect the goddamn neighborhood. He's just regular people. A cop that's a cop, that's, but a citizen that's not a cop, okay, he scared you a little bit. So what? Cops don't make you feel safe. Your anger is not with the regular guy who's driving the cop car. Your anger is with the police. So we all need the power. Instead of just giving, like the teacher, right, just give all the power to the fucking adult, the goddamn adult who's taking all the money, and they get all the power. Well, shit, I bet you they got money and power. I bet you they're okay. I bet you they're doing fine, right? Do you think they'll have despair? You think they'll feel alienated? They got power. They got money. But they took it away from 30 kids. $10,000 per kids, and yet, what do they got to show for it? Public education, motherfucker. Yeah, so a lot of times the households and schools, they mimic the hierarchy of the state. The one at the top gets all the fucking violence, and then everybody else has to just bow down. But ultimately, I see, a kumbaya where you care about your family. You want your entire family. You don't want just, one son or one daughter. You want both of your sons and both of your daughters and your cousins and your aunts and your uncles and your neighbors. You want everybody to do fine and everybody to do well, right? Nah, not you abusive motherfuckers. You abusive motherfuckers want to, divide and conquer, use violence. You're always right. And then when one of your children stands up and acts like you, they get in trouble for it. So Makhia, Bryant, I guarantee you the stepmother or the foster mother was, has acted a fool before. I don't know if they ever pulled out a damn knife. That seems freaking crazy. Makhia Bryant needed to take a minute. She took a breath. You had a 43-year-old grown-ass man there, trying to kick at one of the kids. Anyways, this whole thing was just about an update, clean your house, make your bed. You're not my guardian. So basically it just started out as just regular family shit, right? It just started out as regular kind of family shit. But since they didn't believe in democracy, they didn't believe in empowering each other, they didn't believe in validating each other, it's just all one big dog pile, right? You just... So if our school system, other than on this, if our school system actually believed in democracy and taught us how to treat each other better, but they're not doing that. They keep the secrets, they keep all the information that they need in order to, you get a resume and you get a job, that's how you get power. You don't listen to some fucking PowerPoint, some asshole go on and on about a PowerPoint with a bunch of fucking information that maybe could be useful, maybe not, who knows, but he's the one that's getting, or she, the teacher is the only one that's getting the education. In order to learn, you teach. 90% of everything you teach, you learn. But if you don't want education to happen, well, you just sit there and listen, and you only retain 5%. So education does not happen. So if we could have a school system that believes in democracy and empowering, it's also the gun control debate. People don't want each other. You want some fucking dictator to smash everybody? I don't know. I want people to be strong and empowered And I don't want criminals going around fucking, fucking people over. I can't stand that shit. I want the meek and the weak and the bullied to unite and to say enough is enough. No, we're not going to get treated like this. We want a better deal. We want a better deal. No, you can't keep fucking people over like you do. No, you can't do that no more. So, I know I said the shift leader at a corporation, right? The shift leader says, hey, you better do that. Oh, you're making a whole quarter more than me, huh? More educated. You don't even have all your teeth. You don't even have all your teeth. But she's a shift leader, so that's the authority of the boss. The boss comes back to, but the boss turns around. This motherfucker wants to bark orders at you like a fucking dick. The boss is nice about it. Shift leader got a little bit of authority, so now they're going to, take it above and beyond. And in their minds, I think that they're doing okay and they're doing right and proper. I bet you Makhia Bryant thought that she was doing good in the eyes of her mother because she was getting her, the other siblings or whatever in gear, getting her ass in gear, right? Kicking them in the ass and getting her ass in gear so they could get them chores done. Teaching them manners. Oh, you're a shift leader, huh? But see, because I don't like the shift leader, but ultimately I don't want to be a slave. I don't want to be a punk-ass nobody to the fucking boss. The boss walks away and says, okay, that person's in charge. Now all of a sudden, you're nice and you're, diplomatic. This motherfucker is fucking shitty and stupid and mean. Now I gotta obey this motherfucker? I don't like to be oppressed. I hate this oppression. It's not really you. I don't like you oppressing me, but I don't really like you oppressing me either. I tolerate it because I got to get, make that money or whatever. But I don't really like it. I don't know anybody that likes to be oppressed. Oh, yeah? I'm going to make you make your bed. I'm going to make you do it. Grandma. You like violence so much. No, you make the fucking bed. No, you make the bed or I'm going to beat that ass. I wonder if we use corporal punishment on abusive motherfuckers, if that would actually help with things. Because, yeah. There's a lot of problems in America. So when I think about Makhia Bryant's issues, right, she's got poverty, she's going to have to deal with racism, and then she's not going to have support. Before you diagnose yourself with low self-esteem, make sure you haven't surrounded yourself by assholes, right? Assholes could get you down, so if people aren't encouraging you and you... What a dumb thing to go out on. Why'd you die? Get up to heaven. Well, I try to tell, my sister to make her bed because my mom wanted her bed to be made. Did you care if her bed was made? No. No, I just wanted to be loved. I just wanted my mom to love me. And so I did what she told me to do, or I did what she would have done because I wanted her love. And if we all could just fucking relax, I think hierarchy destroys relationships. I think there's a lot of problems with hierarchies, and so if you could just fucking relax and chill the fuck out, listen to each other, and, enjoy each other's company, share information, share jokes, genuinely give a fuck about one another. Anyways, R.I.P. Makhia Bryant. R.I.P. Peace.